So let's return to my graphical representation of my research. This is a new graphic for you, and it includes some methods. So you can see on the far left side, you have the law of attraction, new thought, think and grow rich type things that we discussed in the last session. In this session, you'll notice that just to the left of the first dashed line is something called focusing. And then a little further along is something called EMDR. And then a little further along is something called EFT. And a little further along is something called WHEE, and so on and so forth. This is a very, very high-level view of where some of these methods fit and match up to different points on the continuum. So, if your consciousness was somewhere right in here, it's very likely that one of the most effective methods for you would be either EFT or WHEE, or perhaps something like the release technique. Now, there's a lot of different methods that we could fit into this model. In fact, we can basically fit any method somewhere along this model, especially if it relates to things like psychological release. What I've chosen here, I've chosen primarily because they're very accessible. And you can focus mostly on the things that are on the top line here. So focusing, EFT, the Sedona method, which is actually very similar to the release technique. These two are largely the same thing. Those are the biggies. So if you're somewhere in this area here, focusing is really something for you to try. Maybe EFT will work. But if you're to the left of that dashed line, focusing is probably your best bet.